terrific outing by Corey. I mean, it's nice to see Corey follow up on the heels of Acosta's outing last night. Corey had 3 good pitches working for him today. He mixed his pitches good. I mean, only 2 hits in 7 innings. So yeah, he dominated today, and it was nice to see. It was. It was nice to see our offense get some runs for him early, because the way that he was throwing, as long as he kept his focus, it just looked like it was one of those days where he was really on, and they were going to have a tough time doing anything with him. And it was very fortunate that we got on the board in the first inning. In fairness to their left fielder, I don't think any of the fans realize how tough when you play a 5 and the 6 o'clock game here. Anything before 7, the shortstop, the third baseman, and the left fielder, they're really battling the sun. And although Katz hit that ball very hard with 2 outs and 2 on in the first inning, I think right at the very end, the left fielder, I think Trump had problems with the sun, when he dropped it, because he's a good player, and Conforto, I told him before the game, I said, just do the best you can, because it's going to be real rough out there. And he battled 2 balls, and he was able to catch them. But it was nice to get on the board early. It was nice to see our team add on 3 more in the second. And then the way that Oswalt was pitching, he just took care of the rest of it until he reached his pitch limit. And then Reyes came in out of the bullpen and gave us 2 real good innings. So pitching, defense, and some timely hitting today. And it's nice to see us, win a couple in a row after the rough week that we had.
What do you think it will mean for the guys to have back-to-back solid pitching performances from the starters?
Well, it certainly starts to reestablish some confidence, and the fact that we got Molina, who statistical-wise is just about the best that there is in this league, going in the day game tomorrow. It certainly gives us a good opportunity going into tomorrow's game to maybe add to what we got going, because Molina is tough for anybody to handle, and the offense seems to be starting to find a little bit of its gait and getting a little confidence. I mean, we got 11 hits again today, so we are definitely swinging the bats better, and after those 2-5 error games in a row, it's nice to see that we're playing better defense now too.
Do you see these last 2 games where you're hitting so much and scoring when you should be as sort of a turnaround for the team?
Well, we're hoping. I mean, 2 games is just it's only 2 games, but it is a giant step in the right direction from where we were, because after that 15-inning loss with 5 errors the other night, there's no doubt that our confidence level was at an all-time low. I mean, that was the 8th. We were finding ways to lose, and like I said today, getting 2 runs on the board when you're losing 8 in a row, when the other team would make an error, it seemed like our next guy would hit into a double play. If we made an error, as in the 15-inning game, twice we made a 2-out error on a stolen base attempt, and then made an error on the next play that allowed a run to score. And that's why we ended up going 15 innings. And it's just like everything bites you when you're going bad. And today, when we got the 2 unearned runs in the first inning, it was like, some of the guys even said in the dugout, geez, it looks like the tide is turning now in our favor. So a lot of it's mental, but it is nice to see that the guys are definitely more confident. Winning 2 games in a row, it's more of a sign of how we were. We've been a team of streaks. We won 6 in a row early, lost 8 in a row. Let's hope this is the sign of some consistency in the days to come.
How important was it to see Acosta and then Oswalt today go deep into ball games to save the bullpen after a 15-inning game on Friday and a 10-inning game on Thursday?
You're right. Yeah. Well, certainly yesterday Acosta's was huge because we didn't have much. Today we had a rested bullpen, and Reyes being a piggyback starter right behind Oswalt. So, but just the confidence of the team for Acosta and Oswalt to go back to back like this, and then, like I say, having Molina going tomorrow, it has a chance that we've got a chance to start building a little momentum as we head into the road trip to Aberdeen on Tuesday.
Right,
So
yeah, and Johan Urania, the way he's been hitting, he was 2 out of 5 today. He could have been 4 out of 5 the way he was swinging the bat.
That's right. He hit 2 other balls. Johan is a very gifted young player. I mean, to think that he's 19 years old and hitting a solid 300 in this league it's a credit to the ability level. That I mean, he's a really gifted guy, and in the 15-inning game the other night, he made a couple all-star plays at third base on bunted balls. That there's very few players in the big leagues that you see able to make those plays, but he's very gifted, and it's exciting, I think, for the fans on a daily basis to watch the left side of our infield, because Rosario and Urania are two very special players, and the Mets are fortunate to have both of them.
And you mentioned about Michael Conforto to open up this interview. Conforto, he's 3 out of 8 to start off, first 2 games. What advice have you given him, and what have you noticed seeing Conforto play for the first time?
Well, yeah, he's everything that he was billed. I mean, for not playing in a real game in 2 months, even though he's got 3 hits in the first 8 at bats, he'd be the first to tell you his timing is a little bit off. He got a couple real good pitches to hit today that he fouled off, that I don't think he'll be missing once he gets 30 or 40 at bats under his belt. But the only advice that I gave him was simply to, I've been doing this for a long time, and when you see first rounders come in, they know that all the eyes of their teammates and the people in the stands are on them. And I've seen some guys put undue pressure on themselves and take longer than maybe they should to get their feet on the ground. But I told Michael, I said, your personality is so great, the way you've blended in with all your teammates, the way you've been accepted and made yourself acceptable by everybody. Everybody already liked him before he came on the field. And I said, just have fun with it, because this isn't a tryout camp. You've already proved to the Mets the fact that you're here. So just relax and have fun, and be patient with yourself, knowing that it may take 30 or 40 at bats to truly get your timing down. And he just smiled and he said, "Hey, I'll be fine," and he is. I mean, he DH'd yesterday. He played left field, got his first couple plays defensively today. It's nice that he's got 3 hits but there's no doubt that the best is to come with Michael Conforto, because he's got a beautiful swing, and when he gets his timing down, I look for him to be squaring up probably 2 balls a night on a regular basis.
Do you think Conforto's arrival had anything to do with the confidence in your players?
Well, it certainly, it certainly can only add to the because having him in the middle of the lineup, it just extends everything. I mean, from it's nice that Abreu has found a little niche for us here at the top of the lineup, because we really didn't have anybody to lead off, and he's kind of sparked us there. His on-base percentage is pretty good. He takes some walks. He had a big 3-run homer yesterday. But then behind him, with Rosario, Urania, Conforto, and Katz, all of a sudden it extends the lineup where it becomes more of a threat to the other team, because all of a sudden we're deeper. So yeah, Michael, and Michael's presence and the quality of his at-bats, that he takes pitches and make sure that he gets a good one to hit, I think that influence. I know Benny and Fonzie and I are all hoping that the other hitters will study how selective he is at the plate, because he's not a guy that's going to get himself out by chasing bad pitches. He knows the strike zone too good. So we're hoping other guys will learn from him as we go along.
I just went out there, just try to mix it up, keep him off balance. I mean, I watched the game yesterday. It was the first time we played him, and I thought Costa did a really good job just mixing it in. So I just kind of just went off of him, just throwing fastballs and changeups, keep him off balance.
Was there any particular pitch in general that worked better for you, or is it just all mixing it up and keeping them off balance?
I think what worked for me mostly is I was just getting ahead in the count, just pounding the zone with strikes, and then just mixing it up with my fastball and changeup, and just keep them off balance.
How important do you think it is for your teammates to not only have you, but the back-to-back days of good pitching with you and yourself and Acosta?
Right. I mean, it helps them out a lot, but I mean they've helped us out tremendous the past 2 days. Just getting on the board early and just hitting, just putting good swings on the ball and stuff. So we just kind of feed off that, and then we just feel like we have runs on the board. So I mean, we just pound the strike zone.
What does it mean for you as a pitcher to see the offense getting back to the way they were, being aggressive and getting those hits and stuff?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it just so nice just seeing everyone like hitting, and it really just brings the team together. I mean, we feed off them, they feed off us. So I mean, overall, it's just good.